Some X factors in this game, and I know we were talking about that earlier. I couldn't remember if this was down in the notes for tonight or if I had it later on in my notes for Thursday, but I'm sure we will talk about this on Thursday as well and plenty throughout the week because some of the X factors for Oklahoma, I think first and foremost, the biggest X factor for Oklahoma will be, can the run game sustain? Can the run game continue? Can they keep on going the way that they did against South Carolina? Because the Sooners finally found their identity in Torrey Blaylock, who had 101 yards, a career high, tying his career high. And then Xavier Robinson for 158 yards. You had 159 yards from your running backs alone. So, a leading 171-yard rushing performance from Oklahoma, a season high for this offense. You finally found that identity in this offense through those guys. And it was also a big part, as we mentioned a moment ago, this offensive line, being able to run block, being able to get downfield and do something, going hitting a guy, putting a helmet on a helmet and creating lanes for your running backs. And not just that, but when they were going, I think the wide receivers, I think I also have to give some shout out to the wide receivers. The tight ends were stepping up and blocking at times. And so it was very crucial game. It was a crucial game for Oklahoma against South Carolina to get that run game going before you get to the meat of your schedule in some of the most crucial games here left on your schedule with Ole Miss and Tennessee and Alabama. And then, of course, who else am I forgetting? LSU and Missouri. So you've got a lot of games left that you really need that identity. You need to be able to split it up. You need to make this offense more balanced. And they found a way to do that against South Carolina. Can they keep on doing that here against Ole Miss? Because if they can keep it on the ground, they get to control the clock like they did against South Carolina. Controlling the clock is as crucial in all of these big games. Any big game, any game where you are going against another great team, controlling the clock and that time of possession is so important because you keep their offense off the field. When you keep their offense off the field, the obvious one is they can't score. They can't score if their offense isn't on the field unless your offense is just horrible and keeps on throwing pick sixes and scooping scores. But that's not going to be the case. We have enough confidence to say that won't be the case. But this will truly be an Oklahoma rushing attack, the rushing attack that has to keep on going. It gives their defense, who is among the nation's best, top 3 defense. I keep on saying that. I will keep on saying that until somebody proves me otherwise. It gives that defense even more opportunities to dominate when they keep that defense off the field, keeping Ole Miss's offense off the field. So run game is extremely crucial, not just in this game, but building off of that South Carolina game, going on into the future, into these last several games. So, and not only that, but real quick, something that I know I'm jumping ahead of myself and we'll talk more about on Thursday is that when we compare Ole Miss, and I was kind of curious when we were first talking about this in our post game, and then even on Sunday's episode, when we were talking about this Ole Miss team and Oklahoma looking forward to them. Ole Miss ranks, I believe, they're in the 90s. I don't have that stat in front of me right now, but they're in the 90s in total rushing defense. I believe it was 98, if I remember correctly. South Carolina was 75th. So South Carolina was a better rushing defense statistically than this Ole Miss defense. Now, I will say that I think Ole Miss has gone against some very good opponents, some teams that have really tried, done really well. And LSU, I think LSU would have beat Ole Miss if they would have found their run game, if they would have stuck to the run game. So for Oklahoma, very crucial to get that run game going and keep it and get it to continue because it's really big for this game, but it's also really big for the games coming up on the rest of your slate.